Alright, we got here just in time, it looks like. This is for the Discord League Season 6 Cup, round of 32. And we are watching zeloisback playing Crab versus Micah playing Crane. Two pretty good players. Let's find their deck lists here. We see a spyglass on Satoshi. So Micah is running Dragon Splash, which is a nice change from all of the cranes I've been seeing splashing Scorpion, and it means that there will be no Fate Worse Than Death for this Satoshi, which is also nice. His splash is 3 Let Go, 1 Tattooed Wanderer, and 1 Togashi Kazue, a card which has been seeing some play lately. The only 3-cost attachment in the game, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And if it can stick on the board, it can have a pretty big impact. We see the Brash Samurai attacking Manicured Garden here. This is a military attack. And we do see a defense. Ooh, there's an admit defeat. So, yeah, that's definitely unfortunate for Crab. So there's also the Earth Ring, which the Crab player wanted to get because of the Keeper Initiate here. And there's no Gaijin Customs. So it's possible he had a Mountain Does Not Fall and was going to try and play that. We see an Ayuchi Wayfinder played at home. If he did have the Mountain Does Not Fall, I would have played the Ayuchi Wayfinder as my first action. Oh, he couldn't. He didn't have any Fate. He had to use Manicured Garden. We see the Earth Ring hitting an Ornate Fan. So yeah, I think I would have actually just not defended. Hey, Nightcrawlers. Welcome to the stream. I think I would have just not defended and played the Wayfinder. And then if he wants to admit defeat that, fine. And then you get to attack with Satoshi. Finds the Art of Peace. So yeah, that... let's see. He could have a conflict character to defend this, though. Oh, he has his Stronghold. Yeah, so that was a mistake by the Crab player not going military there. Especially since there could have been a political rival in hand. Yeah, so not a very good first turn from the Crab player here. But he does still have this 3 Fate Satoshi, so we'll see what he can do with that. Ooh, there's a Kami Unleashed, 1 Fate. So this is going to be a fire attack. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, finds Meditations. So that's good for Zelo. He's going to be able to take this Fate off of the Kami. And now the Kami will not get a chance to use its ability. It can still use the ability here, technically, but then that's just the same as winning the conflict, but you don't get the ring, so it doesn't really matter. This will dishonor the Mia Satoshi, though, one way or another. Unless there's an assassinate, I guess. But I don't think you play it here. I think you would have played it on the Brash Samurai. Yeah, so we see firing, dishonoring Satoshi. Shoot says noble sack incoming. Yeah, he could have a noble sack here. And Zelo realizes that, it looks like. But I think even if he doesn't, though, it's still the best ring choice. Just because, yeah, Micah passes. None of the other rings are very impactful right now. So you just go fire to dishonor Satoshi. And then maybe even draw a noble sack next turn. So I think Zelo should discard all of his... He's obviously going to discard the Keeper. He has to discard the Defender. I think you should discard the Yasuki. It looks like he doesn't, though. Yeah, I have to say I disagree with that. I think you definitely discard the Yasuki there to try and dig deeper to find an Iron Mine. Of course, we could see... So you're not going to get the Passing Fate here. We have a 4-Fate Yoshi. What I would do is I would activate Satoshi, and then if you mill an Iron Mine, which he does, I would play Rebuild if you have it. Because if a Noble Set gets drawn here... Well, he is first player, so he can always play Rebuild after the draws. He only bids 2, though. So yeah, if you have a... Does Micah have Noble Sack in his deck? Yeah, the Yoshi is going to be pretty big here. Yeah, he does have 1 Noble Sack. So yeah, I would want to play a Rebuild if I had it. Or even a Reprieve. But no, he doesn't do either of those things. I probably would have wanted to bid 5 if I didn't have either of those to try and find one of them. Because if the Noble Set goes off here, that's just going to be the game pretty much. I think he would be too far behind at that point. Ooh, he does have a Rebuild. Okay, this is good. And we see a Hiruma Skirmisher. So, let's see. How many Keepers did he find? 2 Keepers. Unfortunately, there's no fate on the Earth Ring. You could go water to try and bow the Brash Samurai. Yeah, and covert him if you need the fate. He is at 0 fate. He could also just go earth. He does choose water. Finds meditations. That's fine, I guess. We see Yoshi defending here. And we see a Way of the Crane to honor, so I would kind of be worried about a policy debate. Although he could have just played the policy debate as the first action. We see a Watch Commander on the Crisis Breaker, so now it will at least cost him honor if he wants to policy debate. What happened? Oh, Yoshi's ability got used. Meditations. So it's possible... I wonder if Micah is going to try and win this conflict. I think as Zelo here, you're actually fine if Micah tries to win this. Because since he defended with Yoshi, you're getting the bow either way on one of the characters. Yeah, 5 versus 16 cards, that feels pretty bad. And we do see a policy debate. So we're going to get to see what's in the hand here. Talisman of the Sun. That would be a good card to discard, I imagine. Although he can't play it right now since he's at 0 fate. Waiting on him to pick here. He could pick the Spyglass. He doesn't care about spies at court, right? Yeah, he does discard the Spyglass to try and just stop Zelo from drawing cards. I think it was just between Spyglass and Talisman. And we see a fine katana that's going to cost him another honor. So yeah, like I said, you're probably fine with this as Zelo, and we actually know now that he doesn't have any cards to play anyway, so yeah, he's just going to pass. And that should be it for the conflict. Yep. So now as Micah, you can't really do a military attack, I feel like, or the Crisis Breaker is just going to come in. So I think you have to do a political attack for your... If you attack here, that is. You can attack meditations for free, which is always nice. So we are seeing the Brash Samurai highlighted here. So let's see. He could go Void. I think of the two rings left, Void with Fate on them, Void is probably the better choice. What we what we could potentially even see is him voiding the Crisis Breaker and then attempting a Noble Sack, so that the Iron Mine gets discarded. But we don't see that. We see him going for the Air Ring, and there's the defense from Satoshi. It's going to be 3-3. We do know Zelo has a Court Games in hand, and he's actually, and also a Ornate Fan, I believe, and he's just drawn another card with the Spyglass. So yeah, there's the Court Games to honor. That will also turn off the Noble Sack. We see another Court Games to dishonor. Stronghold gets used. And again, we know that Zelo has a fan. So, so there's a Steward of Law. This means that he can now play For Shame. It also ties the skill, forcing the Ornate Fan to be played. And yeah, there's the For Shame. And that means this province will actually break. And the airing will go off as well. You don't care too much about the airing going off. The province breaking is annoying, but it does mean that these last two provinces are Defend the Wall and Shameful Display, assuming he's running the ordinary province lineup. Ooh, he's actually running Ancestral Lands. So I think what that means is that he has Rally to the Cause in his row in this matchup, because he has Rally and Ancestral. So that's probably just so you can decide each game which one of those you want to put under the Stronghold. In this one you probably do Ancestral Lands, so it'll be Rally and Shameful in the row. We see this Coyote Envoy attack into Art of Peace. So this is just to get the Fate off the Void Ring. Like, he doesn't have any skill, and even if he did, the Crane Stronghold hasn't been used, so yeah. Just to get one Fate there. And it looks like Crab will get the Imperial Favor because of this Palace, which is pretty good. And I would just save this Iron Mine for next turn. Crane's board next turn is going to just be the Yoshi. The other two characters have no Fate. And the Crab's board is going to be the Satoshi and the Crisis Breaker. There is still a pretty big hand size difference here. But Crab getting the favor definitely helps. So I think this is probably Crab's chance to try and sneak in an Earth Ring and get those keepers in play. Yeah, he's going to keep both of the provinces, it looks like. And we see a Witch Hunter and a Guardian, so this is actually a really good flip from Crab. Yeah, there's no Cloud the Mind, and no Courtiers anyway from Crane. So yeah, I would play the Witch Hunter and the Guardian here. Ooh, does he have Away the Crab actually? Well, the Doji Whisperer got played. If he does have Away the Crab... Okay. We see an Imperial Storehouse discards a face-down Satoshi. That will be the third keeper. 3 keepers now. And yeah, there's the Witch Hunter with 2 Fate. Oh wow. We see a 1 bid from Crab. I disagree with that. I think you want to bid at least 3 here. We see a let go on the watch commander. Yeah, you kind of have to do that. I'm probably okay with that as Crab though, because at least it wasn't the spyglass. Unless he has another let go for spyglass. Although if he does have another let go, I would probably save it for the talisman. We see Way of the Crane to honor Asami, so the Asami is going to be able to pull back some of this honor here. One thing I just realized is that now that the Imperial Storehouse is here, that is 3 holdings for Crab, meaning this Heated Guardian is going to give +6/+6 to whoever he buffs, which is pretty big. I think he probably still doesn't have enough skill to win a political attack or defense. But we'll see. If Crane finds Shameful, he could have enough, actually. Or if he talismans him into Shameful. Looks like Micah's having some connection issues here. We see the Doji Whisperer highlighted. Looks like he's attacking the Iron Mine province. And finds ancestral lands. Skill 0 because it's military. I might defend with the Crisis Breaker, but it looks like he's thinking of defending with this Witch Hunter. Yeah, he does choose the Crisis Breaker. Just in case there's a military buff here. You probably can't play an Assassinate even if you have it. I don't think we've seen any. Yeah, we haven't seen any Voice of Honors yet, and he has 14 cards in hand, so you have to imagine he probably has one of those. This is definitely why you probably want to run Defend the Wall over Ancestral Lands. Oh, I'm realizing also that he put Ancestral in the row instead of under the Stronghold, which I feel like that's a mistake in this matchup. But I'm not sure. Yeah, you actually, that is true. Shurrev says, I think Assassinate is okay here. Yeah, because I mean, he does have 16 honor. He can just drop that and pull out a cancel. That would probably be fine. But we do see the Hiruma Skirmisher, so that means he's going to be able to covert this Yoshi and go in on a military attack here. I wonder where you go. You might just go into Meditations and leave Witch Hunter at home. Just go with the Skirmisher, and it looks like that is what he's doing. That way, if Crane goes up on skill, you just bring the Crisis Breaker in. I like this attack. And it is the Earth Ring, so the Crane player definitely doesn't want to let Crab have this. I How many assassinates is Crane running? 2 assassinates, and we haven't seen one yet. So if Crane has an assassinate, I would play it here. Ooh, he's defending with a Sami. That suggests that he does not have the assassinate. Or maybe he's still gonna assassinate if he has it. We'll see what his first action is. He passes. So now the Crisis Breaker comes in. Oh yeah, there's an Iron Mine, that's true. You still assassinate if you have it though, because forcing him to use the Iron Mine on a skirmisher is better than him getting to use it on Crisis Breaker. Oh, and he is at 5 honor, that's true also. We do see a policy debate though. So unfortunately moving the Crisis Breaker in leaves him open to policy debate. Let's see, there's a Bonsai, Spies at Court, and Talisman. And he discards the Talisman. So as the Crab player, I might just play the Bonsai here. In fact, I think I would play the Bonsai. If Crane has another Katana and the third policy debate, then he can policy debate out the Bonsai and then play the Katana. So I think I would just play the Bonsai. Plus it gets you the break if he doesn't play anything else. I think it's worth it. Of course, we could see that get cancelled. Let's see. Micah has 3 fate. He could have a Tattooed Wanderer and a Katana. He could have more For Shames. Yeah, it's going to be difficult probably for Kreb to win this if Crane really wants to defend it, which I think he will, since there are 3 keepers. No matter what happens, though, you did get Asami to commit to this, which I think is a victory in itself. But losing that Talisman is rough. I might have pre-played that. Yeah, we do see Voice of Honor canceling the Bonsai, so Crane is going to try to win this, it looks like. And those Spies at Court looking a little bit dead here, unfortunately. If he can win the next political conflict here and maybe dishonor like the Hida Guardian, then he could get some use out of that. We see Daidoji Micah play his own Bonsai. This will just be a small Bonsai, I imagine. Although there is still the Imperial Storehouse, but I think he wants to save that. We'll see if he uses that now or saves it. Yeah, he does use it now. If there is another policy debate, he can just play that and see what he drew. He needs an attachment or a character with 3 keepers. I'm surprised Zelo didn't send the Guardian or Witch Hunter as well to help. Ooh, he did find a Wayfinder. Yeah, I think sending the Guardian might have been the right move here. Although you do kind of risk overcommitting, and then there's the big pull attack to worry about, but yeah, I probably would have just sent the Guardian as well, personally. Yeah, Guardian for sure, I think, yeah. This Wayfinder means that Crane does need 1 more card. And he has a Steward of Law. So yeah, that'll be it for Crab. No way Micah passes here with 11 cards, yeah, for sure. So yeah, that is going to be a conflict win for Crane. So, I mean, what we see at this point is if Micah attacks, we probably just see either a full defense or leave the Witch Hunter at home. And then try to win that on defense. Probably full defense and then box. And then you can Witch Hunter to ready Satoshi and do your own political attack. So I think it's not terrible for Crab. You did stop the Asami from using her ability. We see Yoshi attack Ancestral Lands. Skill 9. Yeah, and I do agree with the full defense here. And then either use box first action or Hita Guardian the Witch Hunter. So that the Crane box doesn't bow her. Yeah, we see the Crab box used. So if Crane can't win this conflict, he probably just passes here. He does have 10 cards, so we'll see, but the Hita Guardian represents another +4/+4. Three Fate for Crane. This is Void Ring. So getting the Void Ring would be pretty impactful. It would mean the Iron Mine has to be used on Satoshi instead of the Crisis Breaker. We see the Crane box used. Defender's still winning, so you can probably just pass. Yeah, passes. We're seeing a card get played, it looks like. Ooh, it's a policy debate. And he finds a reprieve. So again, I might have just pre-played that. You don't have anything else here that you're spending Fate on. But yeah, maybe he didn't expect the third policy debate. Hita Guardian gets used. I mean, might as well, I guess. Now, even if he assassinates the Hita Guardian, you don't even have to use Iron Mine. Wow, he used Guardian. Yeah, this is the second to last conflict, and he can't stand up both of these characters, so you might as well just use Guardian now. At least he did not make the mistake to buff Satoshi. Yeah, a potential for shame on Satoshi, which we do actually see. So yeah, that bows Satoshi. So yeah, it was definitely the right play to use the buff on the Witch Hunter. And, ooh, so we see Witch Hunter's ability get used. I actually don't like this. That means you're not going to get the second attack now. I mean, it does save your Satoshi from getting voided, but he could just have another for shame. Yeah, we'll see if he has another one. I think that would be the one card that he has to have here to win the conflict. Ooh, we see an Ornate Fan. He does have 3 Fate. We could see a 0 Fate political rival, I guess. Or even a Kazue. So yeah, again, I would have saved Witch Hunter's ability to unbow Satoshi after the conflict. Although if he does have a political rival, he could have just defended, I guess. I think you just eat the void and take the free air on counter. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. We're seeing if Micah wants... I mean, he played the fan, so that suggests... Yeah, we are seeing the causeway. So yeah, now you're not even going to win this on defense, which feels pretty bad. You will keep favor at least, thanks to the palace. Yeah, so I think the big mistake that turn was not sending the Guardian in on the Earth attack. Causeway plus Fan would win on defense anyway. I mean, not necessarily irrelevant. If he had to play the Fan on the Causeway, it wouldn't be sticking around this turn. And that would only be 5 skill. Satoshi has 5 also. Plus the favor. So unless he had a political rival in hand as well, he wouldn't have been able to win on defense. But he does have 3 political rival in his deck, I believe, and he hasn't played one yet, so... Satoshi is going to find Kurata District. And I expect the Hida Guardian gets played. Ooh, 2 Fate Hida Guardian. He's running out of cards in his Dynasty deck, but he has 17 honor, so he doesn't really care. He would like to get the Keepers out at some point still. Satoshi's Dishonored, yeah. Could not have played Rival and Causeway. Yeah, what I'm saying is if he left Miya Satoshi bowed and then unbowed him for the attack, Micah wouldn't have played Causeway because he would be winning anyway, and so then he could have played the rival on defense instead. But yeah, Satoshi's Dishonored, but he has 2 attachments, so he's currently at 5 skill plus the favor is 6. And Causeway plus a fan is only 5. So I'm not seeing how he wins that on defense with just the Causeway. Oh, couldn't see the attachments. Yeah. We have a Spyglass and a fan on Satoshi. Ooh. Is Crane out of 4 shame? No. Yeah, he has 1 4 shame left. Played 2. We see Mountain Does Not Fall get played on Satoshi at the beginning of the conflict phase, which is interesting. I feel like you should wait to play that until the actual conflict. Crane is out of policy debates anyway, and now he gets to play around this from the beginning of the phase. I don't know. Yeah, why do it then? How strange. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a big mistake, but so we see the watering claimed there just to force the Whisperer to bow, I guess. And it also had 1 fate on it. That is going to be Crab's military attack. Maybe he just wants to see if it would be cancelled so he can plan around it. Like if it gets cancelled, then he can plan his whole turn differently. Yeah, that is a good point. Forcing Micah to play the cancel at the beginning of the phase lets him play around it himself. We're seeing the Doji Challenger attacking, it looks like. So, yeah, I'm going to say this again. It is really unfortunate that he's running Ancestral Lands over Defend the Wall in this particular case, because Defend the Wall would at least give him some benefit on all these attacks. And now the only way that Crane is going to find shameful is if he gets the second talisman. Isn't Zelo's hand just 2 spies? Yes, that is true. He doesn't have to be scared of policy debate because all 3 of them have been played at this point. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's a huge error to play that at the start of the phase. Like Steelfur was saying, it does let you play around it if it gets cancelled. We see a bonsai. Oh, he also had a bonsai, I guess. Oh, the spyglass drew the bonsai. That's it. Defender is now winning, so I think we'll see Crane either play a card to win or pull in the Witch Hunter. Admit defeat. Yeah, if he has admit defeat here, I think is there only one in his deck? Yeah, there is only one in his deck, and he's already played it, so won't be seeing that. We see a fine katana, but Karada District is just going to steal that. So yeah, now you probably pull in the Witch Hunter. Pulls in the Guardian. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the right play, actually. So, 1 political attack left for Zelo, and a political attack for Micah as well. If he attacks with the Witch Hunter here, the Stronghold just bows him. Looks like he's going to attack with Satoshi and then maybe unbow it with Witch Hunter. Kaio Envoy is a really good card to have on the board right now, since he'll be able to draw another card with that. Just attacking with Satoshi, so that means he won't get to play his Spies at Court. That card has unfortunately just been dead this game pretty much. This is an Earth attack here, so it's going to force Micah to defend. Let's see who he wants to defend with. So 11, Yoshi's 11 skill. Satoshi is only 5, plus the favor will be 6. So just defending with Yoshi should be enough. Yeah, that is what he's going to do. We see a pass. And a pass. So again, I might have actually used the Witch Hunter to unbow the Guardian to attack there. Although that probably would have meant that he just defends with both. Yeah, Zelo's surprisingly still in this for sure. I mean, he's almost equalized the hand sizes. Ooh, there's the political rival. So this is probably going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Um, he won't be able to break ancestral lands, I think. He could break Shameful. Well, actually, it has the palace on it. 8. Yeah, I actually don't think he can break Shameful unless he has another card here. Like a 4 Shame. He drew a lot of cards from Spyglass. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, attacking Shameful is a little bit risky, I think. Let's see, he probably goes Void. Yeah, he does attack Shameful. Hida Guardian defends. What would be really good is if he drew the third Wayfinder. Oh, he actually went Fire. Oh, Crane Stronghold. Yeah, it would take him 2 actions to get up. Ooh, he has the Wayfinder. Goes Fire to keep Voice of Honor on after Shameful. Yeah, for sure. Having the third Wayfinder is really sick here. I actually think you probably play Assassinate if you have it as Micah, just to force the Iron Mine to get used. So he can't save Satoshi. We see Court Games, we see Stronghold. So he's fighting to win this conflict. He definitely won't be breaking. Hand size 3 from Zelo. And he can actually play Spies at Court if he wins this, which would be pretty good as well. Let's see if Crane has another card. Only 5 cards left at this point. What we could also see if he wins the firing is honoring the Doji Whisper to Noble Sack, so that the Iron Mine gets discarded and then you can't save him. Ooh, we do see the Assassinate. So Satoshi will die now this turn. Unless he has a Rebuild or a Reprieve, I guess. I'm not sure what's in his hand at the moment, other than the 2. Ooh, he wins the conflict, and he gets to play one of the Spies at Court. It's going to discard a Censure and a Political Rival. The Censure, not really good since you have Imperial Palace, but the Political Rival is definitely a really big hit there. Unfortunately, the Satoshi will die now. So you're losing that Spyglass. Finally, the Spies gets to happen, yeah. Losing that Spyglass is a pretty big deal, though. And Crane still has a pretty big board. So I think that will make things difficult for Crab now. But now they're at card parity, so Spyglass did its job. Yeah, the Spyglass definitely did a lot of work already, so that's fine, but it would have been nice, of course, to keep it. We see Vanguard Warrior and Shrewd Yasuki. Both of them will get played, I imagine. You probably just fade up the Yasuki. Yeah, he puts 2 fade on it. So, I mean, Ancestral Lands and Shameful Display are definitely 2 difficult provinces for Crane to break with the current board. So we'll see if Crab can hold off here. Burial Storehouse gets used. Unfortunately, you kind of have to... It would be nice to be able to use the Imperial Storehouse now as Crab, but you kind of want to wait to use Hida Guardian. The Doji Hotaru is a pretty big threat, I think. Yeah, it looks like she and Yoshi are both going in on an attack. Ooh, and Asami as well. So they might just all go and break Ancestral. This will be 11, 22 political skill. I think Micah has just enough stats on board to smash Shameful. Yeah, it looks like he is choosing to smash Ancestral instead, though. Which could potentially be a mistake if there's a talisman that Zelo gets to draw at some point. Yasuki, Guardian, Witch Hunter. I mean, you're not going to win this, obviously. I guess the question is whether you can prevent the break. We see the Stronghold, so now the Crane box can only be used on the Heated Guardian. Oh, actually, no, it can't even be used on the Heated Guardian because he's honored, so it just can't be used. Kakita Asami takes an honor, so he's going to be going back up to 5 honor probably. Shrewd Yasuki gets used. That might find the talisman. Actually, Hotaru's here, so he's going to go back up to 7 honor, which would put him out of the danger zone. Yeah, 7 with Hotaru, yeah. Hida Guardian gets used. So now he can use the Storehouse to draw a card. So if you find the talisman, I think you just have to play it. And hope Crane doesn't have another let go. He's only seen 1 let go, so he could very well have another one. This is actually preventing the break currently. It's only winning by 8. We see a 4 shame. That is the last 4 shame to dishonor the Yasuki. And court games, re-honors. I might have chosen to dishonor one of Crane's characters. Another spies. I mean, he has to win the conflict to play spies. And I'm not sure if he can do that. Yeah, he does not win the conflict. So we see the Earth Ring, or sorry, the Air Ring get resolved twice, bringing him up to 7 honor. And just like that, the honor pressure is pretty much gone. I expect we'll see an Earth attack here at Meditations. Military Earth with probably both. Spies on his political. Yeah, potentially. I think you have to do the military Earth here, though. Yeah, military Earth. Wait, Void? Hmm. Okay, so he's going to try and void off this Yoshi. If you're going void, I disagree with sending both characters. I think you just send the Wayfinder. And then if he defends, then it's fine. He should use Witch Hunter at this point. He could also use Vanguard Warrior right now, since the Void Ring is off the table. Was that a mistake? Yeah, he accidentally double-clicked on the Witch Hunter. Obviously, he didn't mean to sacrifice it. Way of the Crab, possible setup at end of turn. Whoops. Accidentally put a Vanguard Warrior back in play. Yeah, if he has Way of the Crab, you probably play it at the end of the turn. Micah might still have a cancel, that's true. But if the Yoshi leaves play, then Voice of Honor will be turned off, since they'll have the same number of honored characters. End of turn equals equal on honor, yeah, on board, yeah. So Micah will need to honor another character if he wants to keep that turned on. We see the Doji Challenger attacking into Ancestral, will make sense. Contesting Fire also makes sense. Defending with Witch Hunter. Yeah, all of this seems fine. We'll see if there's... Nope. So that's just going to be that conflict. This does mean that we will not see that other Spies of Court get played. Vanguard Warrior gets used. So yeah, I think it was a mistake to send both characters on that Void attack. Maybe... I mean, it's hard to say, because he did get the Void Ring off. But again, I might have wanted to just send the Wayfinder. I mean, I guess Crane Box would have gotten used on the political attack anyway. Let's see. No Way of the Crab. Yeah, No Way of the Crab, it looks like. He is only running 2 Way of the Crab in his deck. Personally, I am in the 3 Way of the Crab boat. I think that's a card you definitely want to see every game. He has favor. Yeah, this Imperial Palace has been keeping favor for him every turn. It's doing a lot of work. We see Borderlands Defender. I think we also see the Crisis Breaker. Ooh, 3 Fate Crisis Breaker. He is going to shuffle his Dynasty deck, which means those keepers are now gone, which is unfortunate. He wasn't able to get those out at some point. That's again why I might have wanted to go Earth instead of Void last turn. Get the keepers out and then reshuffle. That would have been pretty strong. But he did kill the Yoshi, who was like an 11/11, I think, so hard to argue with that. Iron Mind's helping him a lot too, yeah, for sure. Micah is gonna raise his bid to 3. Zelo stays. He's really sticking to the 1 bids. He does have a Yasuki now to get some more card draw. And we're seeing an attack at Meditations. This will be Earth? Yeah, it is Earth. Unfortunately, like I said, the keepers are all back in the deck now. We see a brash samurai defend and honor himself. Probably just pass, yeah. You don't care if you break this, really. What you really want is the ring effect. In fact, it's probably good not to break it so you can keep farming it. He might not realize he shuffled. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I think the Earth Ring might still actually be the best choice here because of the low hand sizes and the 1 fade on it. Earth weird choice here. Yeah, I mean, I think Earth is fine personally. I don't think Micah could have any other cards to play here. Okay, he plays a political rival to prevent it from being discarded by the Earth Ring. He was at 0 fate, yeah. Earth had 1 fate, that is correct. And we also see an Ornate Fan get pre-played. Two Ornate Fans, wow. Let's see what the Earth Ring hits. It hits Noble Sack. Seems good. It's actually possible that that Noble Sack has been in Micah's hand this whole game. That does bring the hand sizes the hand sizes are now 2 to 6 in favor of Crab. And here comes the big political attack. Ooh, even the challenger. Let's see, is he gonna go void for the double void? Could go double water, I guess, but that seems less strong. Could go double fire as well. Generally, when you're facing Crab and Crab shows a nice steady flow of Iron Mine, you probably have all your Noble Sacks on opening draw, yeah. I guess that's he only had 1 Noble Sack, so yeah, he probably had that since the beginning. Let's count the skill here. 11 plus 7, 18. So defending with the Borderlands Defender and the Yasuki would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 once he uses Stronghold. 8 skill. Ooh, he brings the Challenger as well. And this is the Void Ring. Yeah, the crab version is for each assassinate you have in hand, they have a cancel balance, for sure. Or for each mountain. Although not for each rebuild. I remember one time I played 3 rebuilds and the crane only had 2 cancels, so the third one went off. Asami gets used. Shrewd Yasuki got used. So let's see. Okay. We see an assassinate. Does this mean a Way of the Crab is coming? This could be a Way of the Crab here. I think this is where it goes downhill for Zelo. Yeah, possibly. We do see the Way of the Crab. Discarding the Doji Challenger. Still breaking. So if you just let this break, your Witch Hunter is not going to be saved anymore. So you can use her ability, sacrificing herself. The double void though is going to hurt. Yeah, so what ring do you pick here as Crab? I think it would just have to be Fire. Micah setting up big political attack finish next turn. Yeah, so you stand up Borderlands Defender here. He has to pop Rally, that's true. Oh, are you questioning the double void on Borderlands? Ooh, he sacrifices Borderlands Defender and stands up Witch Hunter. Okay. I mean, I think that only makes sense if he has a way to save Witch Hunter. He does have the political favor, so he's still going to win the conflict. How many rebuilds left? He's only played 1, so 2 more. So he could save this. Yeah, he could break with the Borderlands Defender. Ooh, so he's playing Spies at Court. It's an Assassinate and Steward of Law. So he went Water Ring. So going watering implies that he has a rebuild, or not a rebuild, a reprieve for the Witch Hunter, since he needed the Fate to play it. Otherwise, you would just go fire. He plays a rebuild, though. Yeah, so since he had the rebuild, I actually don't like going water. I think he should have gone fire. Yeah, water achieved nothing. I mean, it achieved one Fate, I guess, but yeah, it doesn't really seem worth it. Could have potatoed Hotaru, yeah. How many Way of the Cranes have been used? Looks like 2. Okay, not a terrible flip from Crab. The Envoy is good, Borderlands Defender is good, Favorable Ground is good since there's a Covert and a Challenger as well. Plays Shuichi, interesting. Yeah, Favorable Ground is really good here. I'm a little bit interested in why he played Shuichi over the Borderlands Defender. Not sure I agree 100% with that. Yeah, he had Crisis Breaker to defend a mill attack last turn. So, yeah, I'm not sure about the watering. There's a Spyglass. Covert Protection, yeah, I guess. But, I mean, he can still covert someone else. We see it Let Go. And here he goes, flipping Rally to the Cause with the air ring. I might have gone water. Mountain on Shuichi seems good. Yeah, definitely. He's not defending with Shuichi, though. So yeah, I think this is just going to get broken to the political attack coming up here. I think he needs exactly a talisman. Ooh. So he's actually going to try to win this. Why defend with so much? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's forcing the box here. He could even just favorable ground home now that he's forced the stronghold. Why box? Does he care that much about winning this air? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, Crab's been working towards dishonor, that's true, but in order to win by dishonor, you have to not lose by a stronghold break, so political attack this turn is how he loses, yeah. Yeah, I would have just left there as Micah. Let's see. You can do a water attack here, maybe, to Bawasami. Going in with Shuichi, interesting. How many more let go? One more let go. We've seen 2 let goes. And he only has 1 card in hand, so 1 out of 7 that he has the last let go. Yeah, 1 more. So I think in order for Crab to not lose, he has to have exactly the talisman, and Crane has to have exactly not the let go. I think that's the only way you don't lose here. So 3 out of 12 that he has the talisman, and then 6 out of 7 that Micah doesn't have the let go, I guess. We're seeing no defense. So he's going to bow that Asami. You probably use Witch Hunter at this point to unbow the Shuichi. Plus sacrificing the Envoy gets you another card. We saw a talisman die earlier, yeah. He does have 1 talisman left. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, so 1 talisman left. He accidentally sacrifices Kaiju Shuichi to ready Kaiju Envoy. No takebacks, yeah. I mean, it's obvious what he meant to do, but he really should be more careful about that. Yeah, talisman died to policy debate. So yeah, there's 1 talisman left for Zelo and 1 let go left for Micah. Looks like they're going to try and sort this out here. Yeah, he's just going to manually do it looks like. Micah beat me. Steal 200. Okay, looks like we're all good. probably see the Yasuki coverted. So this is gonna be it, probably. See if he has the talisman. This is political fire, so... Ooh, ornate fan. So, even if he doesn't have the or even if he does have the talisman, I mean, I think he still probably loses this game. Because Crane just gets a double firing. Re-honors. Yep, there's the talisman. He's probably trying to bait the let go if he had it on the ornate fan, but no reason to use it on that. Let's see if he has the let go. But like I said, even if he talismans to Shameful, can he win this conflict actually? Let's see. He's currently at 8 to 16. He's gonna go 10 to 13 after Shameful. Yasuki represents 2 more skill. So he needs 2 more, I think, to win. Oh, the fan was so Box didn't get used on the Crisis Breaker. But if he moves Yasuki, and Box will get used on the Yasuki, so... Yeah, he'll need to... I don't know, it's tough. Was dubious to use Let Go on Spyglass, yeah. Yeah, you can still use his ability if you move him in. There's the Shameful Display. Still breaking. I think as Crab, you have to win this conflict to stay in this game. Because the double firing is gonna either re-honor Hotaru and honor Challenger, or just bring Hotaru all the way up to honored. Oh yeah, that's true. If he uses favorable ground to move in, Crane can use his favorable ground. Yeah. So he just lets it break. So yeah, I think that is still gonna end up being the game. We'll just have to go till the next turn. Doji Challenger gets honored. Imagine that Hotaru will be... What happened? Oh, Shuichi got dishonored. Interesting. Yeah, so now we probably see the Yasuki do a... Maybe he expects the Void attack on Hotaru, so he didn't want to honor her because of that. I think that is the correct play. Yeah, he does go Void. Hotaru is liable to get voided. Yasuki gets bowed. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Let's see. We'll be going into next turn with a challenger and a rival. We see the favorable ground to prevent the honor loss. And then Crab will have Shuichi, Crisis Breaker, and potentially the Witch Hunter as well if he has a reprieve. We've only seen one reprieve, so it's pretty likely, I think, that he has another one, actually, given that he's been using Yasuki. Yeah, we do see reprieve on the Witch Hunter. Zelo gets the favor. So, wow, despite everything, Crab is somehow still in this game. Yeah, Micah goes up to 4 honor now because of the honored characters leaving play. It's still going to be tough for Crab, though. All 4 of his provinces are broken now, so that third rebuild is going to be a dead card. How many watch commanders have been used? Just 1, it looks like. Ooh, and we get the cheap character flip from Crab. This is actually kind of bad, because Yasuki and Guardian can't use their abilities. Unfortunately, there are no holdings. If only the Crane player had flipped Imperial Palace. We see the Yasuki get bought anyway. Yeah, you probably just have to buy the Guardian as well. Yeah, just to get more bodies. Yeah, we could see a Way of the Crab. Gonna see 1 bids again. If he has Way of the Crab, he definitely will play it, I think. Have we only seen 1 Voice of Honor? Yeah. So 2 out of the 7 cards left in this deck are Voice of Honor. And wow. Narishma flips an Imperial Storehouse, the true hero. How many rebuilds has he gone through? He has played 2 rebuilds, I believe. Yeah. 2 rebuilds. So the last rebuild in his deck, 12 cards left. The last rebuild will be a dead card. Guess you just kill Narishma with Way of the Crab. Yeah. We could actually potentially see an Assassinate Way of the Crab. But again, you have to be a little bit worried about the Voice of Honor here. 2 cards. There are 2 Voice of Honors left and 7 cards total, and he has 3 of them in his hand. So finds a Manicured Garden. So this is going to be some... I mean, he knew Manicured Garden was there, so he intentionally attacked it, knowing that the other face-down one was Shameful Display. But this is going to mean a couple more Fate for the Crane player. And he is contesting the Fire Ring to dishonor the new Hotaru. What is this, military? Yeah, military. We see Narishma defending. Yep. I think if you have the Assassinate, you probably play it. He could be trying to get the Fire Ring to turn off the Voice of Honor as well. Ooh, we see a Watch Commander. That is his last Fate. And yeah, he can't use Shuichi, so he won't be able to weigh the Crab until he sacrifices this Envoy to the Witch Hunter. Yeah, this is interesting. He only has 2 cards left in hand as well, so I mean, if he has exactly Assassinate Way the Crab, then that would probably be good. He's gonna pass, so let's see if he dishonors the challenger to turn off Voice of Honor. Nope, dishonors Hotaru. I think we see the Witch Hunter just get used now. Oh, come on. Did he really do that 3 times? How many times is... Yeah. At this point... Like, I'm surprised... Micah's being pretty nice about this. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't said something in chat. Like, I would have probably just said be more careful or something. Like... Yeah, like... The first time, sure, go ahead, undo it. It's obvious what he was trying to do. The second time, if you're nice, then yeah, sure. But if you're gonna do it 3 times in one game, that's kind of... I don't know. I think he's... Oh, there's the let go. He's done that, I think, every time that he used Witch Hunter as well, which is... And I mean, I don't know, like, what his situation is. It could just... It could, I guess, be some kind of hardware problem or something. It was 1 fate, right? 1. Yeah, Micah's probably being patient because he was winning. Yeah, if Micah was like... If Micah was losing, I think he might not be so forgiving. At this point, he should just manual Witch Hunter's effect. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be the last time Witch Hunter gets used this game. Although he could have another reprieve. We'll still have to see if the game will go another turn, though. Jigoku needs a baby-proofing option capture whenever Witch Hunter is used, yeah. Yeah, he said it was a mouse thing, so if it's technical, he should definitely manual, yeah, for sure. Probably won't say anything just because I don't think the Witch Hunter will get used again this game, but select all images that have a crane, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty clear what they're asking. Like, it says select a character to ready and then select a character to sacrifice, but if you do just click through it, then it can be an issue. See, away the crane on Hotaru. But yeah, he said he's having a mouse issue, so I don't want to be too hard on him. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Unfortunately, since the shameful display did break, it means this talisman is now just a +1/+1 with no ability. We see a Finger of Jade on the Crisis Breaker, so this is going to Probably just prevent it from being coverted, since it represents the highest political skill that doesn't already have covert. So as Micah, I would probably just covert the Witch Hunter or the Yasuki, either way. Pretty much the same thing. Going with just the Challenger, though, it looks like. So he's going to do his military attack first, I think, and use the pull. Still thinking about it. Let's see. Actually going watering here. So this might force both the Witch Hunter and the Crisis Breaker to defend, since he is skill 5 currently. Daidoji Eric says, I would strongly consider Void. Seems greedy to try and break this turn, should play for advantage instead. Yeah, I think Void is probably the right choice, actually. Because you're just not gonna lose this turn. Like, Crab hasn't broken a single province, and you still have 4 honor, so there's no way you lose. So if you just try to go into next turn with just a huge board advantage, then yeah, I think I do like the Voidering here. This is going to force a defense with both of these characters. We're going to see a pass. Back down to 1 card for Micah in hand. Losing the rival on backswing seems risky, yeah, for sure. I think he will attack with the Hida Guardian here. Oh, Doji Challenger moves Shuichi into the conflict. So it is actually looking like Crab might have no defense here. Yeah, he just pulls in Shuichi and then breaks on pull. That might be what happens. Witch Hunter already got used. Yeah, I think you just have to attack with the Guardian, because it's going to get bowed anyway. Yeah, I think you just lose here, though. So, yeah, again, I think against the... in the Crane matchup, I think Ancestral Lands would have been better under the Stronghold, probably. Like, that's why you run Ancestral Lands, right? So that you can put it under the Stronghold against political clans. Yeah, he used Witch Hunter already. Should have waited to do that. Contesting Earth Ring here, so he will get a Keeper. And he will hit the last card here. Don't think defending with both was correct. Yeah, I agree. Last card was a Bonsai. Keeper comes into play. And yeah, I think that is going to mean the political break here. Even if he doesn't break, the Voidering is still up, so he can double Void. So I think this is just the game no matter what. I know I've already said this once this game, but yeah, now he just coverts Yasuki, bows the Keeper. He didn't even have to covert the Yasuki, honestly. Like, how much skill does he have here? 13? Yeah, he just wins. Ooh, we see a court game, so the initiate won't get bowed. We'll see the Stronghold as well. Still breaking, so he has 2 cards left. Does he have another card? No, he does not. So that will be the game. Rally to the Cause breaks. And Micah will win. Yeah, so yeah, Zelo definitely did make a couple of mistakes on the first turn there. But he did manage to stay in the game for quite a long time. But in the end, he just didn't have quite enough. And people still say 1 hour is enough to finish all games, yeah. I mean, Crane would have... I think I was thinking about that earlier. Crane, at one point, was up 2 breaks, but then Zelo had favor and more honor. So Crane would have been up 1 point on tiebreakers. Oh, hey. We got Zuteron subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you for that. Yeah, definitely an interesting game. There were 2 more fans in the deck. Yeah, like Daidoji Micah is saying here, I think he was dead next turn anyway, because the double void goes off here with Hotaru, voiding off Shuichi and the Keeper Initiate, and then, like what, everything dies except for the Yasuki and the Guardian. Okay, he did have a reprieve, but yeah, it still would have been too much. If he was able to save that shameful display earlier, it might have made a difference. But unfortunately, he didn't have quite enough skill there. Only 1 fan left. We did see one way of the crab. So yeah, that's going to be it. Daidoji Micah will move on to play the winner of Maverick Martel playing Lion and Eric. I believe that's Daidoji Eric playing Crane. So we could see Crane mirror there. Let me see how many crabs are left. Joe's still in. Did Elrathian win his game? I don't think he's played against Kai yet, and I don't think Action Johnny's played either. So it looks like 4 crabs. Not bad. Daidoji Eric puts a sad face, probably for the potential Crane mirror. There are a lot of good Crane players left, though. Shoot Rev is still in. Zuteron is playing Handsome Dan, but then the winner of that plays Shoot Rev, so Brundim Fiea, I don't know who that is. But yeah, a lot of good Crane players still. We got some good Phoenix players at the bottom. Is there only... Okay, there are like 3 Scorpions. Not a whole lot of Scorpions left. I don't want to play against Micah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it will be a good game, though, if that happens. But yeah, that'll be it for this game. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.